G'day, we're here at Emerald Lakes, and what we're looking at today is we're doing a series on sailing tactics matter. Most importantly, tactics make a big difference to your performance, but in situations where it's more consistent breezes and straight line sailing, what really matters is getting your settings right and reviewing your settings and making sure they match the variations in the conditions. What we see here is 52 continually reviews his settings and adjusts his settings for any variation. In this case, the breeze has reduced in pressure, and 52 has put more foot on, reduced the tension on his rig, changed his pivot point, and moved his battery. So it's important to consider all of these things, particularly when conditions aren't that variable in terms of breeze lines. And what we're going to do is just have a look at 5-2 and 3-2's tactical decisions in this race and how they affect their performances. Going in for a start, the 5-2 is just about there to make the start, and away we go. Leading the charge out is 741. A good start. All those boats have been headed and taking across. 741's in the lead at this particular point in time, with 5-2 pursuing in the second place, with 3-2 following up close behind. These light conditions it's very important to keep your boat moving as quickly as possible through the water. You see here the hook up on there, and 3-2 manages to get through in first place, followed by 5-2, 4-6-2, and 24. Importantly, where you sail downwind can influence your overall results, and what we see here is 5-2 and 3-2 have gone to the left-hand side of the course where there's more pressure. There's a bit of a hole on the right-hand side of the course, and the boats are all moving down towards those two yellow buoys in the distance. What's interesting is to see 3-2 decides to take the right-hand side of the buoy because that seems to be the more windward mark at this particular point in time. If you look at his sail, he rounds the buoy in first place, followed by 5-2 who's just rounded now. What's interesting is the wind conditions on the right-hand side of the course. When we look straight down, there's not as much pressure. And you can see 3-2 is actually in a little bit of a hole at the moment, and that's affecting her performance. With 5-2, we've got a picture of her sailing up here with a consistent breeze, consistent pressure, and moving pretty quickly. She'll take it back shortly as she gets a knock, which she does now. You can see the boat lifting, and she'll knock and she'll go across. Cross over towards 3-2 who's coming up on port tack. So in first place we have 5-2. Second place we have going to be close between 3-2 and 741, but I think 3-2's got it. 3-2 is in second place, 741 in third place. Coming up to the top mark, 5-2's made that lay line pretty nicely and hasn't had to attack, which has caused the other two boats, as you can see, she only had to attack once on that leg, whereas 3-2 had 3 tacks, which has cost her around about 5 boat lengths. And choosing the right-hand mark, even though it was the weather mark, was costly, as there wasn't as much pressure on that side of the course. Going down to the bottom mark. Very important to continually review your settings. It's amazing how you get a lot of creep on the winches, the analog winches in particular, and it's important after each race to make sure that the angle of attack for your given main boom is consistent with that breeze. Certainly Mike adjusts his settings on a regular basis, generally easing the winch sheet out, as there appears to be a lot of creep on the analog winch which he uses. Going up to the next leg, we've got 5-2 tacking, coming across pretty quickly. She is in first place at this particular point in time. If your settings aren't working, have a look at those boats who are winning and the settings they have. Have a look for the differences and amend and change your settings. Very important to make sure your pivot point is right for the breeze, and Mike in particular is regularly moving his pivot point. Depending on if there's any change of more than 5 kilometres an hour in the breeze, he'll move it backwards and forwards, depending on the conditions. Also, your backstay and leech settings are critical. Up to the top mark here. See here, wind is varying a little bit, and 5-2, being sensitive to that, has had to amend and change. Anyway, I trust you enjoy these videos. Look forward to seeing you out there on the water. I think we've got another lap here. So breeze has really died off in particular, and 5-2, recognising that there's not much breeze on the right hand side, has pushed across the left hand side. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have around about 8 videos on this sailing tactics matter. You can see here the rest of the fleet's coming through. They've got some pressure and catching 5-2. This particular point in time, we have the rest of the fleet is just caught up. 5-2 managed to pick up some of that breeze and near down the bottom mark and slapping one of the other boats, which has a small A rig only on. The conditions here today were quite nice. It was around about 25 degrees, sunny, blue skies. The breeze in the morning was quite variable and light, but as the day progressed, we had the easterly come in and a consistent 10 km/h breeze. More importantly, there were strategies adopted by a number of the boats today which led to great results. In particular, covering some of the competitors, also following those breeze lines. Ensuring that you had a good start. Fix does make a difference, but you really primarily need to know that your boat's performing fast and going well. And you need to set up some time where you can sit with another boat and compare your boat speed. That's it for me now. Don't forget to look at the rest of the series. Bye for now.